Alright, what up, fam? This is a video on what husbandry is and the origins. As it is in the beginning, so should it be in the end. As it is in the end, so it was in the beginning. So just trip what happened after the fifth day. Just follow along with me. I'm going to hop right into it. Genesis chapter 1, verse 24. And God said, "Let the earth bring forth a living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing, and beast of the earth after his kind." And it was so. God made the beast of the earth after his kind, and the cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And God saw it was good. And God said, "Let us make man in our image." In our image. So before he made man in his image, which man always was, just not in the image of God, everything in verse 23 and before, I suggest you check out right after you hear and God made man in his image. Now just listen to me, because all this is linking together. After our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So if a man bow down to you, then you have dominion over him. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Listen now. So God created man in his image, comma, in the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. I'm going to go over this one more time. Genesis chapter 1, verse 27. So God created man in his own image, comma, in the image of God, created he him. Male and female created he them. And that will be for some later information. I'm not going to bring out nothing that's going to be shocking and awkward to your mind. I'm just a spark. That was just a spark. But let's go. And God blessed them, and God said unto them, "Be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over every fish of the sea, and over fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon over every living thing that moveth upon the earth." And God said, "Behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for me." Yeah, so you ever heard that term, the seed is in itself? But let me continue. "And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for me," and it was so. So Adam was probably Adon. He was Adon over the whole earth. Let's continue. And God saw everything that he made, and behold, it was very good. And the evening and the morning, there was 6th day. There, the morning was the 6th day. Just follow me if you could. So now we're going to get on excuse me. Now we're going to get on husbandry. Husbandry, the noun. This is etymology, online etymology dictionary. I suggest not only do you get an etymology dictionary, but I suggest you get a thesaurus. So husbandry, the noun. Management of a household, late 14th century, as farm management. And I suggest you watch this video, a brother named Arthur Scott. Oh, excuse me. I'm gonna pause it. So I couldn't find it on my page, so I went on my brother's page. I suggest you check out him and his information following this reel. But he put us on a movie called Animal House. I thought it was gonna show up on the screen. Excuse me, but my computer acting. Excuse this. I should redo the video. I don't have authorization or permission from the brother to be doing this, but hopefully he got the link in the subscription. He doesn't. Okay, I had it on my page, but we're gonna just get back to it. It's a movie called Animal House. I suggest you go and watch it. There's a new one and an old one. Please tell me this jump. But okay. Excuse me on the technical difficulties. But it's a management of a household, farm management from husband, and then now obsolete sense of peasant farming. So that's the obsolete sense of it, a peasant farming. It's actually a laws of Adam somewhere. Or Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. Esau was a hunter of the field. Um, it sounds like military and political. But let's continue. Tilleth, labor, work, labor, husbandry. So it's work. It's herding, political work, force feed, farming. We're not gonna look too much at the etymologies, but we're gonna just scroll through them. Grange, group of farms, small village, granary. All right. So just so you am I okay? Just so you get the concept of what animal or what husband, not animal husbandry, but husbandry. Period. And then we're gonna get the thesaurus of it, which gives synonyms and antonyms. And if you like, you can check out the definition just by going to definition, and this is the synonym. Synonyms and antonyms. So husbandry. It deals with agriculture, tillage, and land management. Now let's not forget what we read in Genesis. All right. So these are these the antonyms? No, these are the concept thesaurus. So it's breeding, husbandry, domestication. Oh yeah. If you're still sticking along with this video, I'm gonna pause it. All right, back. I suggest you go and pick out. Excuse me. Go and look out this video, which is called "Strange Fruit Tree." What's going on, man? Excuse me with the technical difficulties, man. Not only am I tired, exhausted, but strange fruit trees, spoiled flowers. I suggest you check that out, and I suggest you also check out the two videos previous before it, strange fruit tree and foreign Babylon. But as you check this video out, you'll see me get into kind, which I hopefully you remember Genesis. Everything got its own kind. I suggest you check out. Man, what is this? Oh, okay. Um, I suggest you go and check out this video. All right, so you can understand the etymology of garden and everything I went through, which is extremely potent and relevant to what I'm talking about. So okay. So husbandry, domestication, farmery, vivarium, taming or subduing, which you would call it, domesticity, breeding, zoological garden. Now a garden of animals. You get the concept. Hopefully you go back and watch that video. Circulation, manege, pisciculture, pisciculture, zoohygienics, veterinary art, menagerie, bear pit. Okay, I don't get that. So these are other words that relate to it. You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing but God gave Adam the dominion to not only um, subdue the people, but to be political. That's the whole thing between Jacob and Esau. Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. He was a political man. Esau was a hunter of the field, an army man. Uh, I want to watch that movie, Beauty and the Beast. But let me continue. Husbandman, originally a householder or master of the house, is now limited in its meaning to farmer or tiller of the soil. In this sense, it is a correct translation of the various biblical words. Adahama, literally man of the soil. Ikar, literally digger, a farmer. All right. See, agriculture. It is common practice in Israel and Syria today for a rich man to own land in many different parts of the country. He sets farmers over these different tracts who, with the helpers, do the plowing, planting, reaping, etc. Or he lets out a. I told you we were their ox in their fields. When it came down to war, we were their horses. When it came to our women and the economy, with all these wigs and everything else that they lure us with, we they cows. They sucking your milk dry. Every celebration that we have, us celebrating their holidays, is them drinking our honey. And I can go on and go on and go on and go on. All right, helps do the plowing and reaping, or he lets out lands to farmers who pay him an annual rental or return to him a certain percentage of the crop. That sounds like when the land gets conquered and you go and subdue the land, you send farmers and tillers to go and be foreign political powers. What they call the Hyksos or whatever. But let me keep going. Much of the plain of Esdraelon, for example, was until recently owned by Beirut properties and farmed in this way. The writer, while on his plane near ancient Dan, was surprised to overtake an acquaintance from Beirut, 3 days' journey away, who had just dismounted at one of his farms. Okay, excuse me. If you want the link, or you're interested in the link, if you're even watching this video up to this point and you want the link, as a matter of fact, I'm going to just breeze through it so you can pause it and read it yourself. And I'm going to go ahead and get up out of that. I'm going to get up out of this. And hopefully you didn't forget any of this. KJV dictionary definition. Husbandry. The business of a farmer comprehending agriculture or tillage of the ground, the raising, managing and fattening of cattle and other domestic animals, the management of the dairy and whatever the land produces. Frugality, domestic economy, good management, thrift. But in a sense, we generally prefix good as good. Okay. Care of domestic affairs. Doesn't that sound like internal political parties? You got to understand why they got the elephant in the ass as their political party. The ass, any other, is a stubborn animal. Basically, it's stubborn animal. And we're all, and if you come into the pen of an ass, he's so stubborn he will kick your ass out. No animal could even. They use the ass as an animal in any sheep pen or animal pen because it would defend the sheep from wolves. An ass will literally get a bear from out your sheep pasture. An ass will get a wolf out your sheep pasture. That's what though I almost said domestic, but Democratic Party is. So I'm going to go ahead and get that out the way. Check this out. Second Chronicles 26, chapter 26 and 10. Also, he built towers in the desert and digged many wells. So basically, this has some, I believe, this is just something I'm linking together. But as we know, David went and conquered North Africa and the coast of Africa. So that whole Moor thing ties in us. One thing you should know. Yes, we are the Moors, but the Moors are the Israelites. Conquered. But let's continue. Even in the Filipina. But let me continue. Well, we conquered the Philistines, and they still. Let me continue. He brought life to the desert, basically, and digged many wells. Okay, that's why Jafar, a real person, human that lived. I told you all of these mythologies and nursery rhymes and all of that are nothing but fanatical information, over amplified information for children to hide from the adult mind. But let me continue. For he had much cattle both in low country and in the plains, husbandmen also, so he had farmers, and vine dressers in the mountains. A vine dresser in the mountain? You better get you some member berries and remember. And in Carmel, for he loved husbandry. Okay, let me continue. 1 Corinthians 3 and 9. For we are laborers together with God. Ye are God's husbandry. Ye are God's building. Hopefully still sticking with me and still watching the whole video. But if not, like I say, whatever comes along in the time that we have this World Wide Web surf on, we're surfing on a spider web. I can't believe it. Hopefully that wasn't awkward. If it was, so what? Let me continue. Jacob's animal husbandry practice. I wonder if Esau has a military strategic. Because Esau knocked out Nimrod, killed Nimrod. Let me continue. Genesis 31, 8 through 13. Jacob is speaking to his wives Leah and Rachel, reminding them of how their father Laban had deceived him and changed his wages 10 times. Yet God had been with him, and wherever Laban had changed his wages, God had ensured that Jacob had been blessed in spite of his father-in-law's underhanded schemes. Hold on, please. All right, back. So when Laban had tried to undercut Jacob's wealth by assigning him to the sheep or goats with recessive coat patterns, that's like when they put a black person in a political party over us. They're using him to tend the messed up sheep, and the ones they take to the slaughterhouse and mistreat and kill in a certain way. The same pattern they kill the animals at the slaughterhouse is the same method they use on us politically. And if you knew what Egyptian Heka was, then you would know that it is political magic. Let me continue though. The sheep or goats with recessive coat patterns, speckled or streaked rather than the dominant solid colors. God blessed the production of the sheep that Jacob needed to prosper. That is clear that Genesis 30 through 31 are describing divine and a miracle, an event that would not occur naturally apart from God's involvement. Okay, so whoever this dude's perspective is, I'm just giving you, I'm thinking this was just scripture, but even though it's somebody else, whoever the commentary is from, I take it into account, minus the lies. Okay, many commentators have tried to explain how Jacob used rods of green poplar and of almond and chestnut trees peeled white stripes in them, and exposed the white which was in the rods, to entice the flocks to conceive and produce. Okay, so whatever this political rod is that he used on his flock or his congregation is what he used to entice the flock to conceive and produce streaked, speckled, and spotted offspring. So basically, the man got slaves, and okay, I see. But when all the evidence is presented, every theory of how this could be possible falls the test of known science. Okay, external objects like branches of trees with white stripes in them cannot influence the markings of the next generation of sheep and goats. Even if Jacob was only trying to entice his flock to mate, the use of the rods make no scientific sense. Yeah, of course. They don't hear it inwardly, but let me continue. So what's the purpose of the rods? The rod. I told you, this is linking into how animal, is this video still? Okay. How this video is about animal husbandry, which is really political or congregational. Just so you know, church and state is not supposed to be separated because I'm going to just keep going. No one really knows. Some have suggested that the use of the rods was a superstitious practice he learned from the other shepherds, something akin to Leah and Rachel's beliefs about the use of mandrakes. Certainly, there's no biblical evidence that God instructed Jacob to do this. Maybe the best supposition on the matter is that Jacob used this method to help God bring his promise to pass. Okay, so now that I mean, from my abstract, out of this world, soon to come to earth. Hopefully, somebody get this understanding. So Jacob and Leah, excuse me, Rachel and Leah, Jacob and Esau. Excuse me. What I meant to say was, church should not be separated from state. It's true, Jacob and Esau was in the womb. Now let me keep going. All right. There's no doubt how. Okay. I didn't read this before I give it to you, but hopefully you pause and read it because I don't want to waste any more time. I'm already at 22 minutes. I'm going to finish out this last part. As a matter of fact, I'm going to come at you with this in the next video, which might not be today. But all right. Coming at you with this next. Out.